Well, you've no doubt seen them when the holidays come around. The red kettles in grocery stores and malls, they are everywhere. In fact, there is one right here. And they're here for a good cause. The Salvation Army's Christmas Kettle campaign is raising funds for vulnerable individuals right across the country. This year marks the 134th annual Christmas Kettle campaign. And here to tell us all about it is the Salvation Army's Glenn Van Gulik. Great to have you in, Glenn.
It's great to be here.
Can we just talk, like 134 years?
It's quite a while.
That is a big deal. So
it is.
The money that is raised through this campaign, where does it go?
It stays local, first of all. So wherever you see a kettle at a grocery store or a shopping mall, any dollars put into that kettle or tapped at the tip tap, those dollars stay local in the community to support the programs and services there in that community.
You're having a direct impact.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're helping your neighbors. I mean, we did a survey back in October. 1 in 4 parents are having to skip a meal in order to make sure their children have something to eat that day. And that's happening in every community right across the country. So important to see that local donation staying to support neighbors in your community.
Yeah, if you're watching right now and you're thinking, oh shoot, I haven't seen one of the kettles. So if you've somehow managed to elude one.
If you've eluded the 2,000 of them.
Right, so how could you donate?
SalvationArmy.ca, that's the easiest way people can make a donation. Hop on to SalvationArmy.ca. People are so comfortable with donating more online these days. Or call our 1-800 number, 1-800-SAL-ARMY.
Glenn, you mentioned that every year the Salvation Army conducts a survey of Canadians to find out who is experiencing the socioeconomic challenges related to all kinds of issues that your organization addresses. Where do you find the greatest need this year?
Certainly amongst parents, especially single parents on a fixed income, maybe one income families, they're experiencing the impact the most. We also think about seniors who, again, on a fixed income, just can't stretch that dollar from the beginning of the month right to the end of the month, and they're showing up at our doors. More people this year than ever before coming to us for the first time. I was actually chatting with a mom a few weeks back who had to decide between food on the table and keeping her job or staying on at home and helping her daughter with a medical condition. And so she was showing up at our door, and the first thing she said was, I used to give to the Salvation Army, and I can't right now, but I need your help. And so that's why it's so critical for people to give.
You hear stories like that, and you realize that it's people within our very community. It's people who go to the same school as us. It's people in our churches. It's people that we work with who are reaching out for help.
There's no stereotype that one size fits all. You know, we all lean on somebody at some time, whether it's family, friends, neighbors, whatever that might be. And that's why it's so critical for people to give and support their neighbors in their local community.
Glenn, I love the traditional kettles like this where you can drop in the coins. I also love that when you go around to these kettles, there's a great option to pull out your phone or your card.
I know, yeah, tip tap. So as you see those kettles, 2,000 of them across the country, but you see them and there'll be a tip tap there with a $5, $10, or a $20 tap tile so that you can just take out your phone, like you say, or your credit or debit card and make a donation. So many people would come by and say, I'm sorry, I just don't have cash with me. And that's okay. We've got an option for you. Make a donation today.
Is there a goal in mind when it comes to the fundraising efforts this year?
Yeah, across the country, it's $22 million. And we're on our way to that goal. But as you can imagine, the impact of the Canada Post strike has really hurt our fundraising efforts. And so a lot of people are struggling more now than ever. Making that donation today is so critical. So again, making a donation in a kettle or supporting us by donating online at salvationarmy.ca is the best way to do that.
Glenn, organizations like this really run on volunteer power and people giving back. You've been with the organization for 7 years.
I have.
You said now, when you look at the people who are giving their time back, who are those people who are volunteering with the Salvation Army?
For so many, it's actually part of their annual tradition. You see a lot of groups, whether it's a Rotary Club or a Lions Club, Kinsman, or it might be a family that does this every year as part of their way of getting into that holiday spirit. The kettle is a bit of an iconic, as you mentioned earlier, but it's synonymous with Christmas. And so people find an opportunity to give back as a family. A lot of seniors find a way to give back some of their time. Maybe they're on a fixed income, and what they can give is some of their time to make sure that somebody's at a kettle able to receive a donation and wish somebody a Merry Christmas.
Well,
it's so important.
Yeah, it's so important. It's good to work into your traditions every year and give where you can. Glenn Van Gulik, thanks so much this morning.
That's my pleasure. Thanks so much. Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you. So when poverty gives someone an impossible choice, your donation is their answer. We've got a QR code right there on the screen. It is so easy. You can scan that, or you can visit salvationarmy.ca or call 1-800-SAL-ARMY to learn more about how you can get involved and help those in need this holiday season and right around the year.
If you liked that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.